Hi guys, and happy Monday. It is Monday and it is 80 degrees. It is so beautiful. I mean, no, it's probably more like 90 degrees. They said 86 degrees, so I've been outside since 9 a.m. I finished my laundry very early, put everything in the dryer, and just went outside, And it's really beautiful. I watered my little pine trees. I read my Slash book, which is here somewhere. Yeah, I read a lot of this. I read this until 11 when the sun actually hits my deck. So I was sitting in the yard reading this until 11. Love the book. what assholes those guys were, really, technically, right? But what a fun book to read. Too hot for a hat. Too hot for one of my hats today because, of course, the AC isn't on yet. I only just turned the heat off this morning because we were having these 39-degree nights. So I think, all right, here's an 80-degree day. We're almost in May. There's no way we're going to need heat again, right? How could we need heat? I have a problem with using heat all the way through April. And usually we get April, May, June, no heat, no air conditioner bills. You know what I mean? This year it was so cold through April that there was no way. There was absolutely no way. So I turned my heat off today. I was going to turn it off May 1st, but 80 degrees, 90 degrees, yeah, I'm turning it off, So I have the windows open, I have the back door open, but it's a little uncomfortable. And I know Cindy hates the heat. My mother hates the heat. So my mom said if it hits 90, if it even hits 86, her air conditioner is going on, her central air is going on. I said, nope, I refuse. I want at least 2 months with neither. I mean, that's a huge savings when you don't have to put these things on. And usually April is warm enough, yet not hot. Like where you don't need the heat, you don't need the AC. This entire April was cold. I can't. I'm not. Yeah, no. So, after I stopped reading the Slash book around 11 when the sun hit my deck. Then I was sitting on the deck and talking to my cousin, of course. And she's going to have another heart surgery on a week from today. So she's going to have another stent put in. But this should be it now. This is like the lesser issue that she was having. So they'll put the stent in and she should be good to go. So that's good news. And except that she has to go. I'm sure she doesn't want to. I'm drinking a Red Stripe, one of my favorite summer brews. This is the Jamaican. Are we? Okay, we're in focus. The Jamaican beer that I love for summer. And Bob often buys this for me at the Record King. Also, because he knows I love it. So I was at the Record King twice this week. I was there Friday and I was there Saturday. And the difference between the 2 days was night and day. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, even though I was there before the week, Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about Sunday first. So my father is having some new treatment on his joints. And he was feeling very, very good. I mean, the first time in a long time that he's been feeling very, very good. So he wanted to be taken out to get some new pants. Okay. So we take him out. And he said, it's not hurting me to walk. I think I can walk further than normal, which is usually nothing. And so the place that he wanted to get the pants was this new place by the thrift store that I haven't been to in quite some time. It's in Passaic. It's called Value Zone, and they had these great pants that me and my mom knew that my dad would love. And my dad is so skinny that he wanted skinny jeans, because all other pants are just big bags on his little stick legs. So he wanted skinny jeans, and they had them. So we went to get him a pair of skinny jeans. I mean, it's kind of cool, My dad was always kind of cool. But little did we know these jeans would look so great on him because of the little stick legs, instead of those baggy, stupid pants that, just don't fit him, But anyway, I digress. It's right next to the thrift over there. So I went to the thrift while they went and found my dad pants. All right. So I went through the entire thrift. I didn't have my camera with me. I was like, I never expected this to be where we were going to go to the thrift or go anywhere near this area. So I did not have my camera with me, and I wish I did because I had a lot of fun. And I went through the entire 2-story thrift. I found some very fun things. I'm going to show you what I found first so I can get them out of the way so I can show you the records from Craig. All right. I got this little guy. This little guy spoke to me immediately. Look at his body. As a former bear artist, a bear maker, any kind of oddball bear appeals to me right away. So look at his flat little body and his big plushy head. So I freaked out over this bear. I pulled him down immediately. He's from New York Presbyterian Hospital, and he's a cough buddy. And his little tag here gives you instructions on what to do after. I guess they gave this out at New York Presbyterian Hospital when someone had a specific kind of surgery, because his little instructions are, if you had heart surgery, hold them like this when you have to cough. And if you have had chest surgery, hold them like this when you have to cough. And if you had abdominal surgery, hold them like this when you have to cough. So I thought, I'm one of those people that, I got to knock on wood and say I haven't had it in years, but I used to get bronchitis all the time. And so I would get a cold and it would turn into bronchitis, and then that would be the end of me, It was more when I worked because I was around sick people, And I would have loved to have this bear to hold against my chest when I had to cough, because I know people that have broken ribs coughing with bronchitis. So I thought this was the most precious thing ever. And I said, if I ever get bronchitis again, or if anybody that I know ever gets heart or abdominal surgery or any of that, he's here for us. Got a little heart on his hand. And my mom said when she was in the hospital, they had just heart pillows, just hearts that you held against you if you had to cough or whatever. But he is beyond belief. Look at him. And he was half price. He was marked $1.99, but he was half price, so I got him for $1. And he's the cutest thing. The shape of his body just sold me on him, because he's so damn cute. Look at that. Who wouldn't want to hug this thing, right? So he's a cough buddy. Beautiful. Loved him. I found this beautiful puppet. You know me and puppets. All right. She was in, look at her. Look at her beautifully painted face. Look at that. I am a fiend for marionettes. So her arms go up and down. Well, actually, I had to retie her because a lot of her strings were broken. And since her leg strings were broken and they were so short, it made her like sit like this. She's like in a sitting position. But she's so beautiful. She's definitely Eastern European. I absolutely adore her. I love the way she's painted. You can see she's very, I don't know, somewhere from the Balkans for sure. But she is absolutely gorgeous, isn't she? You know me and my puppets. I love this thing. I got this most bizarre. Oh my God. This is mid-century. These things can go up to $450 online, depending on which one. And this one is a very rare one. This is by Woodmet Products from England, mid-century. And this one is so bizarre. I got this for 99 cents. Can't you do anything right? And look at the image. It's like a horror movie. It's Psycho, right? And I only saw one of these out on, I believe it was on Etsy, this particular image, and it was over $50. So it's just too psycho. I guess it's too psycho for eBay, you know, with the suicide connotation here. But it's a crazy little mid-century cocktail tray or whatever you want to call it. The Woodmet sticker is perfect. It's absolutely perfect, not wiped off at all. And I've had Woodmet trays before. I've had ones with bigger ones with Hawaiian Islands and stuff like that. These are not that easy to come by anymore. And I was pretty thrilled with that for 99 cents. That was awesome. And then I got a pair of my favorite winter shoes. I'm an Uggs, basically, an Uggs and sandal person. Uggs in the winter, sandals in the summer. My feet hate shoes. So, I have the black Uggs like this. Look, they're brand new. Look at this. They're freaking brand new. They are amazing. And since I have the black ones, I didn't have the beige ones. I was thrilled to find these. And they were marked, looks like they were never worn. If ever. I mean, if ever, maybe once or twice. But they were marked $6.99. And when I got to the register, she only charged me $4.99. So I was thrilled because these are perfect. Look at these. And I love the thicker sole. The thicker sole Uggs are really expensive. And I was really excited about these. Love them. What a score. What a score. So that was my thrift stuff. And then I came out of that 2-story thrift. I went through the whole thing, upstairs and down. And I happened to be coming back to the car at the same time as my parents. And my mom got in the car. My dad was walking towards the car. And I turned my back to open my door. And all of a sudden I didn't see my dad. Well, he fell. And this little kid, little black guy, came running out of the store and helped him up. And I was like, oh my God, holy crap. But he didn't hit the pavement. He didn't scrape himself or bleed at all. He just kind of sat. He kind of fell back and sat on the curb. And I said, well, did you fall down? What the hell happened? And he said, my hip just gave out. I said, you were feeling great and you were overconfident. You can't do that. You cannot do that. God forbid he fell on his face, because when he falls, he usually falls on his face. And then he has scrapes, injury, bleeding, whatever. But luckily, he just fell back in a sitting position, and this little guy helped him up. So we were like, holy crap. Oh my God. Thank God he fell that way. But that's it. Just because you feel better after a couple of treatments doesn't mean that you're okay. You know what I mean? He's got to realize this in his head. He feels better. He wants to do things. You got to take it slow. I said, don't be overconfident, because just because you feel good, that don't mean your joints are actually working, you know? So, anyway. It was stressful. And then we went home. I made empanadas, one of my mom's favorite, one of my dad's favorites. I made empanadas, and we really, really enjoyed them. We made like 15 of them. We made a ton of them. Yeah, we made 15 empanadas, so we have leftovers and everything, so really, really fun. All right. I got, oh, this is so fun. And I can't wait for the reveal. I mean, this is just the initial kit. I have to do, you know, the collection and everything. But this is a DNA test. I have been wanting to do this for so long. Skeety did this a couple years ago. And he's like, you got to do one. You got to do one. I was like, I can't afford it, you know? And so I'm really excited about this. So I just got my kit today. I can't wait to do it and send it back. And then we'll see what I really am. Am I Italian? Am I Irish? Am I British? What is in here? Very, very, very fun to me. When Skeety did it, he came out almost 100% Italian. I think he came out 2% Ashkenazi Jew. And we cracked up about that. They had pasta. I remember in Christmas Tree Shop during the holidays, they had Passover pasta. So you got Italian pasta with Passover images, and I had to buy it for him because of the 2% Ashkenazi Jew, you know what I mean? So really, really fun. I am dying to find out what they tell me. So that'll be fun. I don't know how long it takes, but I have to do, you know, the collection, the swab, whatever I have to do, and send it back. And then they analyze, and then they give you a breakdown. So have any of you ever done it? Because I think it's fascinating. I've always wanted to do it, you know, but I never got to. And now I said, you know, after having that dream about Skeety and everything, I said, you know, he told me to do it. I'm going to do it. Let me just do it and see what it comes up like, right? I think that stuff is absolutely fascinating. All right, so Record King. We went to Record King on Friday. Bob was only there for a short time on Friday, but Peter was there, and we had a lot of fun, but there were no. It was a very dead day. You know what I mean? Like, we had fun with each other, but it was a completely dead day. It was very strange, considering all the advertising, the new ad, and all the newspaper ads and everything that's been going on. Friday was a dead day. So Peter left somewhat early, and I left right after him. But Peter brought me these beautiful 10-inch sleeves that fold over and self-stick. You know the ones, you know the kind I mean. And this is great for your 10-inch LPs and special 78s and things like that. Because he bought these and he couldn't use them. This was not what he thought he was buying. So he used a couple for a couple of 78s and things that he had, or 10-inch LPs. And then he gave me the bag. So I'm pretty happy about those because I can definitely use them. We did an entire show of my 10-inch records. Remember? 10-inch vinyl records, not even 78s. And Craig had a bunch of 78s for me too. So these records were gotten between Friday and Saturday. Saturday was a crazy day. It was absolutely non-stop. We had 2 people selling records, tons of customers. You know, people work during the week, whatever. And Saturday becomes the day. And it was literally nonstop. Craig didn't sit down for like 2 seconds. He was looking at this collection, looking at that collection. It was crazy. So anyway, the reason I went back on Saturday, because Friday was so dull. Oh, God. And I even said to Peter that afternoon, I was like, God, it was so boring. But especially without Bob, it was just me, Craig, and Elena after Peter left. And I was, nah. And I feed off of the people that come in the store a lot. It makes the day interesting. And nothing on Friday. Saturday was nuts. So, but Craig already had 78s for me on Friday. He had a couple of 45s for me, including this one, which is a new Halloween record. And this is Shiverin' and Shakin' by Edwin and Alvin. This is great. It's so great. It's a promo, Mercury promo. Really amazing. Really fun Halloween horror kind of record. For broadcast only, not for sale. Mercury Records. Very cool promo. And another horror record. So that makes us pretty happy. Beautiful copy of Sunshine Superman in picture sleeve. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, that's why I went back on Friday. I'm on Saturday. I didn't tell you that. On Friday afternoon, Craig told me somebody's coming in tomorrow with 45s. So, and I love to go through 45s. I just love it. So, I went back on Saturday in the hopes that that person would bring the 45s, and they did, and more 78s. And Joe was there, and he just got back from vacation. It was good to see him. And Tony was there again. We love Tony. He's a little old man. Used to be a Mr. Olympus. I mean, he showed us pictures of him young, big bodybuilder. Now he's like a little old man who collects 45s for his jukeboxes. But he's so cool, and we love him. Last time he was there, Peter was sad that he missed him. And I thought Peter was coming on Saturday, but he didn't. And he would have seen Tony. But, all right. This one's pretty cool. Programmers doing Grim Reaper. Something that Raymond would probably like. It's on CryptoVision Records. I don't know, 1981. Doesn't say where they're from. Nothing about them. Is there a little paper in here? Sometimes local bands do that. I don't know, but Grim Reaper. So that's really cool. I got Convention 72 by the Delegates again because this is definitely a different label than the one I have. This label does not ring a bell to me for that record. I do not believe mine is this label. Unless, of course, mine might be a promo, but I'm not sure. I just don't recognize this label. So, I got that. Oh, crazy thing. I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Boston Pops Orchestra. And you know me and Beatle covers. And this one is really, I said, you know what? Because we listen to everything, that we're interested in hearing. And I played this and I said, wow, it sounds like a marching band playing I Want to Hold Your Hand in the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. And Craig's like, yeah, I think that's the arrangement they were going for. This crazy novelty, definitely a private press. Public Affair Records with Artie. It's a promo also. And just a weird thing. Wanda and the City of Champions, which turned out to be Buffalo, New York. And it turns out that him, Artie, and Dan Neverth were DJs on a Buffalo radio station. So probably pretty obscure, probably pretty rare, but definitely novel. And I think this is really fun. I got a remarkably clean and beautiful copy of I'll Get You by the Beatles, because mine is not like this. And She Loves You. I believe I'll Get You is one of Peter's favorite Beatles songs. I think that's the one, right, Petey? And I had played it for him in a podcast with my original, but now I got this really clean one. I'll have to play it again. Oh my God, this is so insane. Let me tell you something. I was in a thrift shop one day. I was in my local. Sometimes they play the most amazing music. One day I heard Starman by David Bowie. I was like, what? What? In a thrift store? It like stopped me in my tracks. It was so weird. This is another one that stopped me in my tracks because I didn't know about it and I thought it was new. I thought it was a new band. You know how bands use crazy mixes nowadays, Do It Again by Steely Dan. A lot of you probably know about this. I didn't because, my musical taste was way different from this stuff. But I love Steely Dan. So Do It Again medley with Billie Jean by Clubhouse on Atlantic. Now, Do It Again, I'm a huge Steely Dan fan. Everything they've ever done from the beginning to Donald Fagen's solo album, I just love them. And when I heard Do It Again in the Thrift, like this, mixed with Billie Jean as the bass line, bum, 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 it stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, I didn't Shazam it because I was so stunned. And here I found it. Wow. I was so excited. If you don't know this, go and play it. Go and listen on YouTube because it is amazing. Especially if you love Steely Dan, I got on Epic, I'm No Angel by the Greg Allman Band. I think he put this out when he was married to Cher. I can't recall. Woody Woodpecker by the Varsity Orchestra. We had a big, long conversation about Mel Blanc. And I used to have this on 78 by Mel Blanc. But I accidentally put it in a pile of records that I gave to Craig. And we were in the lobby of Record King. And I saw him hand it to Peter. And I didn't have the heart to say, oh, I didn't want to give that away. I was looked at the other side, which was Woodchopper's Ball. I would never have gotten rid of a Mel Blanc record. And so at least it went to somebody that I know and love, Coral, get out those old records. George Gibbs with the Owen Bradley Sextet. This is so great. Get out those old records. It's so sweet. We had a lot of fun with that. Babe by Styx. A song that was so beautiful. And it was like, it was my song back in the day when I was with a different boyfriend than Skeety way back. And that was my song. Pop Music by M. Really nice copy. It was there. Peter Gunn. A really nice copy of Peter Gunn by Ray Anthony. One of my favorites. Peter Gunn is just the best, you know. And this beautiful local thing. This is a band called All Natural Lemon and Lime Flavors. This is Catcher and Span. And this is from, this is a band from Parsippany, New Jersey, which to me is very, very cool, very local. And it was recorded, I believe this is Rocket Science Records. Let's see. Rocket Science Records. And Rocket Science is in Pearl River, New Jersey, or was in Pearl River, New Jersey. A place that I've been a million times. It's where the Defiant Brewery is. And some of the best Irish pubs in just north of Bergen County, you know? So, very fun. All right, let's get into the 78s because there were some very fun ones. A couple of people came in just dropping records off. They didn't want anything for them, and we found some cool things in there. I got a couple of these Recordio disc things, which are always fascinating. There was a big stack of them, but we played through and decided which ones, you know, we would want, that I would want. And this one is just, they're talking to a guy that is ready to leave. He was just drafted going to World War II. So history buff, and I love listening to that because, you know, you kind of wonder if he came home and, you know, all that stuff. This one I got because it's Claire and Edith, November 6, 1949, Friends Forever. And made at New York. They made these in Coney Island because another one actually said Coney Island. But this one was more fun because I figured two best friends singing together, Friends Forever. How sweet is that, right? And A Moment in Time in 1949. And then we got this one of those beautiful, this says Tino. To Alan Bissaro. I don't know, but it's a voiceograph, one of those Christmas looking voiceographs. Really, really special. You know, I love that stuff. All right. It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels by Lauren Becker. Great country record. I love this. Look how great that is. Prom. This is a promo, and this was country also. I Traded an Angel for a Devil by Curly Dalton. Great country stuff. Look at that. And a promo. Beautiful Columbia promo. Very excited. We don't get cool 78s all that often, but this was very fun. I'm not a big Vaughn Monroe fan, but I know that Raymond is. But I chose this one because of the title. The Beer That I Left on the Bar. How fun is that? The Beer That I Left on the Bar. And you know I like the drinking songs. I got two Irish Bing Crosby and the Jesters records. It's the same old shillelagh. I love when Bing sang Irish music. It's just amazing. Just beautiful. So I got that one. And Dear Old Donegal by Bing. I love when he sings Danny Boy. It's one of my favorites. And Christmas in Killarney. That's my other favorite. We got Nappy Brown doing Don't Be Angry. This was great. Beautiful stuff on Savoy. Look at that. Two Vernon Dalharts, beautiful old things. The old Fiddler Song, violin and guitar accompaniment on Silvertone. Of course, I have a Silvertone crank player. So these go with that phonograph, which is so magical. And the other one is the Runaway Train, violin, guitar, and harmonica. Vernon Dalhart, beautiful stuff. Really beautiful. All right, I got a couple of Chuck Berries. Maybe I'll show them together. We got Ling Ting Tong by the Five Keys. Really fun. Oh, this was great. Juicy Lucy by Smokey Joe Whitfield. Just a great thing on Gilt Edge Records. Beautiful stuff. Baby Washington doing Why Did My Baby Put Me Down? Just glorious on the Neptune Records Newark, New Jersey label. Another local thing. Okay, here's the Chucks. We got School Day and Deep Feeling on Chess. Beautiful copy. Look at that. And Deep Feeling is one of the few instrumentals that Chuck did, and I'm not a fan of Chuck. He was a really disgusting person, but the instrumentals I love. If you look up things about Chuck, you're gonna find some nasty things about him. 30 Days and Together We Will Always Be, another Chuck. Very fun. We got a couple super discs here. We got Beatty Steel Blues by the Tennessee Ramblers. These are just really great. These were really fun. We listened to all of them before I made my selections because I don't want to just bring anything in. They have to be good, you know. Counting Blues, Arthur Smith's Hot Quartet. Really great. Really, really great. And then we got Talk About 'Em Girly, The Hearts on the Baton label. I believe this is a doo-wop. Craig told me, before I put it on, and it was really good. A lot of the doo-wops on 78 are pretty desirable, And then I got the Best of George Harrison. This has everything good on it. It has Something, If I Need Someone, Here Comes the Sun, Taxman, Think for Yourself, For You Blue, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, My Sweet Lord. It has them all. Give Me Love, You, Bangladesh, Dark Horse, What Is Life. All great stuff. So I wanted that for the Beatle collection. And that is it. That is everything. We had a very fun week. Like I said, Friday, nobody came in. It was just us. We were sitting there twiddling. And Saturday was the opposite, the absolute opposite. In fact, Joe was there for a while. Craig got to talk to him for about 2 seconds before people started bringing records in. And then Joe was delegated to the kitchen with us. And at least we got to talk to Joe. But it really got crazy. And that's the way we like it, When people bring records in, I get very excited. And Craig did say somebody was going to bring 45s. But, we've heard that before a million times. The person never shows up or whatever. But they did. So we were kind of happy. And he got a ton of great stock. And some stuff for eBay, so I'm very, very happy. And I'm very excited about this DNA kit. I am really going to have fun with this. I hope it doesn't tell me something that's really scary. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a Romanian gypsy. I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm looking forward to that. And we'll reveal it, of course, here. So anyway, guys, I think that's about it for me. 80 degrees, 90 degrees today. I was out there till about 2 o'clock, and then the clouds started to come over because I think we're going to get rain tonight. Probably because cold air will come back. We'll probably get thunderstorms or something, whatever. But I did water all of my my little pine trees this morning. I watered the beautiful fern that I got, at Corrado's, and I got everything watered just in case it doesn't rain. And like having this fireplace on next to me in 90-degree weather kind of makes me hot, think hot. But it's still pretty. So anyway, guys, I think that is it for me. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Monday. Comment, subscribe, spread that love. Tink merch below. Radio Tink podcast link below. Patreon link below. Buy Tink a coffee link below. And until next time, remember, in a black and white world, live a Technicolor life. And I will see you all next time. I love you all so very, very much. Mwah! Jumping into spring.